So I have one more house to introduce you to tonight. It's another house that I have not spoken about. It's a house of Evocative Perfumes, which is actually out of Australia. This is an oil. However, this does come in both oil form and EBT. I just happen to have a 1 ml sample of the oil. And this perfume is called Olibanum. There you go. Olibanum. And by the way, it is pronounced Olibanum, not Olibanum, like you see a lot of people saying on YouTube. Emphasis on the second syllable. Okay. Evocative Perfumes is an independent perfumery run by a guy named Mark Evans, who lives and works out of Adelaide in Australia. He offers a line of scents that are, I think, pretty appropriate for all seasons, although there are some scents that are more woody and oody. I think this is really beautiful, a really lovely spring, summer kind of thing going on here. And I know when you hear Olibanum that you will think, by the way, Olibanum is frankincense, you will probably think perfect for cold weather. However, this review might change your mind about that. Which is why I wanted to be why I wanted to be my first review from this house. So Olibanum is just the Latin name for frankincense. It just happens to be what people call frankincense when they include it in perfumery. So, though you do sometimes see it called frankincense too in note lists or chord lists or whatever. Frankincense is a really highly aromatic resin that is extracted from the genus Boswellia, which is a group of about 70 different kinds of trees, especially the species called Boswellia sacra. And it's actually called Boswellia sacra because so many people used the frankincense for religious purposes. Notes in Olibanum include cypress, juniper, olibanum, iris, with a base note of soft ash. And like I said earlier, Olibanum comes in a perfume oil and it comes in an eau de toilette spray. This review is only of the oil. So the word frankincense may well evoke the thurible of the Catholic Church, out of which incense comes. It certainly has a reputation for being the smoky, dark, resinous ingredient in perfumery. For those of you anticipating anything smoky or dark or resinous, maybe a little bit of smoke, but certainly not dark or spicy or anything like that, this review I think will surprise you a little bit. This is not your average, ordinary, churchy sort of incense smell. In Olibanum, I think Mark Evans has done a really beautiful job at blending 4 different types of Boswellia to create a scent that I think will change the way that you think about what frankincense can do in a fragrance and how you can wear it and when you can wear it. It starts off with the smell that I think is really completely indistinct from a freshly mowed lawn, freshly cut grass. It's just all cut grass with maybe a faint sweetness. I think it's kind of reminiscent of the sweetness of berries. The heart of the fragrance turns into a dominantly woody scent with overtones of powdery iris, and as it dies down on your skin, you just get this sort of soft Boswellia-like ashiness. To my nose, there's really nothing resinous or dark here. It's very... When I say light, I don't mean to say that you can't smell it. I'm not referring to the strength at all. I'm just saying it's very appropriate for warmer weather, I think, basically, is what I'm trying to say. This would be a really perfect frankincense for spring or summer. Anyone who thinks that Olibanum can only be, woody, resinous, dark, you've got to try this, because it's really green and sort of refreshing and light. The greenness on the top is really interesting. For an oil, this has better than average longevity on my skin. I've been really lucky in that regard lately. Around 4 or 5 hours, which is all I need. As far as the oil goes, you really just want to sort of apply a few drops, maybe up and down your arm, behind your ears, on your neck, if you're one of those people that does it behind their kneecaps. You don't need much, and it will last a good long while, half the day. I haven't had a chance to do it, but I imagine being able to spray the EDT over the oil would be sort of even increase that longevity. So price points and sizes. Olibanum. I'm still in the habit of saying it the wrong way. Olibanum is available in a 12 ml perfume oil for $30 US, which, by the way, is not the same price if you go to his site, because he lives in Australia, so you have to choose the US dollars option. If you're looking at the Australian dollars option, it's more like $4, because the American dollar is apparently worth more than the Australian. So when you change it to the US dollars, you'll actually find out that you're paying fewer dollars for whatever you choose to buy. And there's also, like I said, the EDT version, which is 50 ml of EDT for $53 US. So Mark cannot ship EDT, the EDT overseas, and shipping the oil to the States is about an extra $10 or so because of courier services and expense, and the fact that Australia is 10,000 miles away from the United States. But if you happen to be an Australian viewer or subscriber, of course, that's not something you have to worry about. If Olibanum doesn't tickle your fancy, I've also found some of his other work very interesting. A few of my favorites include Nirvana, which is a self-proclaimed, he calls it himself, a funky oud, but I don't think it's off-puttingly funky, just funky enough to be interesting. And Sacred Spaces, which is another fragrance containing Olibanum, but completely different from the eponymous Olibanum that I'm talking about now. I definitely want to review other oils from Evocative Perfumes in the near future, because I'm really interested in what Mark is doing. It's really, really good stuff. So that's my review of Olibanum. There you go. From Evocative Perfumes. And I'll sign off for tonight, guys. I will see you later. Bye.